welcome back to another video. So this is going to be diary number 3. So I have literally just gotten out of the shower, put a layer of tan on so I'm a bit not pasty in our family photos on Sunday. And yeah, so I decided to discuss my journey with weight growing up, as well as primary school and high school. So I'm not really going to edit this video. I just feel like it's more raw if I just put everything into it. Sorry, I just look like a mess. So growing up, I was raised by a single mum, and I felt like I was given, like looking back now, I feel like I was given food because it's something that I always wanted. So I was given it whenever, and I was given whatever I wanted, and it didn't matter of the portion size as well. Didn't really have vegetables, I didn't really have fruit. So right now, growing up and in my adult life, I'm just starting to try new foods and eat different vegetables and fruit because I was never given that growing up. And I feel like I don't know how to say this. I feel like because I was the only granddaughter or niece, so what, I felt like I was just given anything I wanted. So ever since I was little, I was plus size. I was bigger than everyone in my year, and which made the bullying start. I was bullied so much in primary school for numerous reasons, but my weight was one of them. And there were times when I would think of things to do to myself to escape the bullying, and I didn't understand why people cared so much. How much? I didn't understand why people cared about my weight, like it had nothing to do with them. But we're in primary school, and I feel like that's when you start to, it was late primary school too, so like year 5 and 6, there was 2 girls that were just, I don't remember them bullying me because of my weight. I remember the boys bullying me because of my weight. There was just 2 girls that were just complete bitches to me because that's what they wanted to do. And I felt like I was such an easy target, and I would take it, and I would come home crying a lot. And I remember one time I got to the point where my mum picked me up from school, and I was just crying all the way home. And we got close to home, and my mum said, "That's it, I've had enough," and turned the car around and went straight to the principal and explained the situation to the principal. I don't really remember what the bullying was about with these 2 girls. They just used to just pick on me. And you can say, oh, that's just girls in primary school or high school. No, you just don't do that. And I feel like if you are raised good, you won't do that. I'm sorry. But I'm going to teach Zendaya values that you treat everyone the same, no matter what colour they are, no matter who they're in love with, no matter what colour their hair is, their skin is. I don't care. That's how I'm going. I don't care how much you weigh. If your inside and your personality shines and you are a nice person, we'll get along. And back to the story. And we discussed to the principal what happened, and the principal turned around and said, "She wouldn't do that. She is such a nice girl." And nothing was done about it. So I felt like when I went to the principal and nothing was done about it, who's going to listen? Who's going to care? And who's going to help me? And I copped that for 2 years, year 5 and 6. And then year 7, we all split off to high school. So in Australia, year 7, and high school starts from year 7 to year 12. And I remember thinking, this is my opportunity to find new friends, to get away from this miserable life I was in at school. And there's another part of this story as well, which I'll sort of touch in a minute. So the bitches were going to another school and I was going to another school. And the funny thing, when I look at it, I wasn't accepted into the school that I ended up going to. I got a late acceptance into the high school. So they always say everything happens for a reason, and I feel like what I went through has made me stronger, my values stronger, and what I want to teach Zendaya stronger. But at the same time, someone shouldn't have to go through what I went through. So it's not just, this diary entry is just about the weight. It's just more about the torment I went through and sort of what I used food as a comfort. So when I went into year 7, I was happy. I was away from those girls, and I was in high school I went to high school with a friend, and year 7 came, and the girls that from my primary school, we all became friends with another group of girls, and I was the easy target. These girls were absolute bitches. Like, for fuck's sake. I couldn't understand why I couldn't get away from this. Why couldn't they just leave me alone? And they would just be bitches. And when you look at it, it is bullying. And they put me through hell for year 7. So I was bullied year 7, year 8. I'm not sure if it was half of year 8. And so I was bullied for a good close to 4 years straight. And in year 7, more than primary school, I would think about doing things to myself that I wouldn't be here anymore. I used to try to drown myself in a bathtub because I didn't want to be here anymore, but I couldn't do it. And I'm happy I didn't do it because I'm here now. And I feel like I have so much more of a say. I'm so much stronger, and I don't put up with people's shit anymore. And I feel like this experience has made me who I am today. So these girls, one of the girls did a email account for me, being the nice friend she is, because MSN was coming in, like, you gotta talk to everyone and you need an email account to sign up. And this girl, she decided to take matters in her own hands and email everyone or MSN everyone in the year. And it's funny because people won't remember this. People move on with their lives, and here I am, still scarred with what I went through, and still think about it. And I look at them now and I'm like, and a lot of them's got kids, and I look at them and think, would you want your child, your daughters, to go through what you put through, on what you put me through? And their answer would be no. And I hope to God they have come to a point in their life where they can look back and teach their kids of not what to do. And if their kids ever do anything like this, that they will be very strong and they wouldn't take that. They wouldn't let their kid do that to someone else. And so I had a day off school, I remember, and the next day I came back to school and no one would talk to me. And I didn't know why until I think it was a boy told me that they got an email saying that I was a lesbian. And I felt like everyone must have thought that being a lesbian was contagious because no one would come near me at all. And I was absolutely heartbroken because this went on for a few good months, and no one would want to talk to me, no one wanted to come near me, and I didn't know. There was one girl in particular that was just an absolute bitch, and I don't understand why I was such an easy target. I think because I had no self-confidence, and I didn't speak up, and I just took people's shit because that's who I was. And I feel like even now I'm too scared to show my full personality to people that I'm meeting or I've sort of know, because I feel like I'll be judged, and I feel like they wouldn't want to be my friend because of what I've went through here, because me being me made people be mean to me. And so I went through that, and then my best friend turned on me, and she became an absolute bitch, and she gave me, once that sort of died off, she gave me hell for a few good months. She was an absolute bitch, and it's really sad because I just wish everyone that did that to me, I just wish them the best in life and positive vibes, and I hope you are happy in your lives, because I'm not very happy in my life. I'm happy where I am. There's some things that I could change about myself and my mental health. Not myself like on the outside, but more on the inside. But the way I think now is because what I went through. I'm very emotional, and I'm very sensitive when it comes to looking myself in the mirror and not accepting myself and my looks, because people used to pick on me because of that. So also in year 7, I remember a boy coming up to me as we were walking from school to a sports, because I think it was on Fridays we had sports day, and one of the sports was walking down to the bowling alley and just bowling. And he comes up to me and he goes to me, I don't understand how your legs can hold your weight because you're so fat. I'm just like, but I look at them now, I'm just thinking, wow, like you can talk, like karma, big believer in karma. So at the same time as I was being bullied, I had a brother who emotionally bullied me. I was absolutely petrified of him. There was a time where I thought he would kill me and my mum. And my mum being my mum, she would always let him come back after he stuffed up. And when I'm saying stuffed up very lightly, because he would completely fuck up. And I'm pretty sure he was diagnosed with bipolar towards the end, but I have nothing to do with him, and I'm sorry, but I do not want to have anything to do with him, and I don't want Zendaya to have anything to do with him, because what he put me through, it really scarred me, because I didn't have a father, and he was the next in line, in the male in my life, and I felt like, what did I ever do to you? And I'm so little, and he was so much older than me, and I was so young and so little, and he used to torment me and tell me that no one will want to be my friend because I'm fat, no one will love me because I'm fat, no one will do this because I'm fat. And that's the issue I have now, because I feel like I feel like I can't be myself completely around people, because I feel like the first thing they judge me on is my weight and the way I look. And I'm learning to get over that, trust me. And there's times when I'm really shy or standoffish, and it might seem like I'm a bitch, but honestly, I just feel like, holy fuck, they're looking at my legs or my arms or my back or my stomach or something like that. That's the first thing I think of. And what he put me through was so sad for a little girl to go through and cop that off her brother. I was dealing with so much crap at school and going home and getting it 10 times worse. And you know, like, your home is supposed to be a safe haven, and I felt like some days it wasn't my safe haven, and I just didn't understand. And yeah, so I feel like what I went through growing up has really affected me now. And like I said before, they probably don't understand what their actions have done to me. Like, I am so, they say you are the hardest person on yourself, but I am completely 100% so hard on myself. And just the way I look, or the way I feel about myself, I'm guilty. I'm a guilty eater, because I feel like if I have one small chocolate, I'm going to gain 1,000,000 kilos. And I'm trying to change myself, and it's one day at a time. And this is why I'm doing these videos, to help myself and to look back on how far I'll come. And I need to do this so it doesn't rub off onto my daughter. Like, I can't let her go through what I went through, and I will put my foot down. If anyone ever bullied her, I will not take it. Like, no way would I let my daughter experience a life of doubting yourself, hating yourself, wanting to kill yourself, because you think these people are making you feel like you do not deserve to be here. You do not deserve the air to breathe. And I just hope that they realize what they have done. I'm coming to peace with it. Might sound crazy, but yes. So that is my weight journey. I used food as a comfort. That's what I'm trying to say out of everything. It was the only thing I could control. The chocolate didn't talk back to me. I would sit in my room and eat blocks of chocolate every other day, and just eat big portions of food. And it's funny, in high school, PDHPE, I think that what it was the worst subject. I freaking hated it, and I actually dropped it out of it in year 12. And I look back and I was like, I wish I stayed in there, because right now at nearly 25, health and fitness is, I'm so interested in and so willing to learn. And when I'm doing my PT sessions, I'm soaking everything in that my personal trainer says, because I just want to learn everything that I can, and learn to, like, pass it on to my partner, and pass it on to Zendaya and my future kids, and we all go for walks together, because I want her to grow up like that. I want her to grow up thinking and knowing that a healthy lifestyle will benefit her, not just in high school, blah blah blah. And I'm not like that, but for her health. Like, I want her to be healthy and to live as long as she can. So I've rambled on long enough, so I'm going to wrap it up there. So that is diary number 3.